So swinging big, taking time, it's helped you achieve amazing things. And one of the things that I'm a real estate guy, and I've always been a big believer in real estate, but the only guys I know that are making a lot more money than buying and selling real estate are buying and selling businesses. That was the thing I never even knew about, man. It's such a next level thing. So talk a little bit about that, because that's your bread and butter is buying and selling businesses. So what does that look like? How do people do that?
Yeah. I am a real estate guy too. I'm third generation real estate. And I think that the reason that I got involved in buying businesses was because if you look at it, there's no other investment in the world that you can buy, put a year into, and then go get a multiple on not the money you're making, but the money you're potentially going to make. It's like looking at your rental property and saying, well, in the next 7 years, it's going to produce this much income. And so I need a multiple on that. It's like that just doesn't happen in any other investment vehicle. And so it also to some degree shrinks down time. So like, for instance, I can buy a company and, there's a million ways to buy companies, but let's just say I buy a company and I buy it for, let's just say the revenue that it's creating, and I create more efficiency, create more revenue. And then I turn around and based on a system and process that I've created, I sell it at a multiple that's higher than what I bought it for. And a year later, it's like, essentially, like, think about it this way. Like the first business I ever sold, it was an unintentional sale and they gave me 7 times EBITDA, meaning, let's just say EBITDA is pretty close to your net profitability. It's oftentimes a little bit more, but let's just say it's your net profitability. Well, they essentially said, we'll give you the next 7 years worth of payments for what you would have done if you just operated the business and you sell it to us today. Well, it's like, well, I get to walk away from this business. You take all the liability and you're giving me 7 times what I make this year. And I don't have to do any of the work. It's like, who wouldn't take that deal? When that made sense to me, I was like, oh, I can actually create businesses that essentially give me my time back because now I don't have to operate it if I can sell it. So when I figured that out, that became the catalyst for a lot of this. Now, here's the most interesting thing is you've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 million baby boomers who will leave their business in the next 7 to 8 years. They're going to walk away and they're dentists, they're doctors, they're electricians, they're, whatever, HVAC providers, they're pool cleaners, like you name it. Any type of business you can imagine, baby boomers own it right now. And they're going to walk away. And the real wealth transfer is not a baby boomer saying, hey, I've got $1 million, I'm going to pass it to my grandson or grandchild. It's a baby boomer who's got a dental practice, who spent 30 years building it, and they're about to just walk away. And all those clients that are sitting there, the equipment, the clients, the clientele, there's real value there. And it's just going to dissipate if they don't find a buyer. And so, these baby boomers that are essentially walking away, they've already done all the heavy lifting. They've already got clients. They've already got equipment. They've already got all the things to be a successful business. And I would much rather buy someone's successes than I would buy all their mistakes. So I look at these businesses, see the success they've created, look at it, and I could potentially do something even more with it. And that's, in my opinion, the true wealth transfer that's happening over the next 10 years. And so I've been teaching some people to do it as well as doing it myself. Same principles apply as real estate. It's like it's a different type of investment vehicle, but you're typically buying it for as little as possible. You're rehabbing it and trying to get the most out of it and create the most value. And then you decide, do I want to hold it and make it a cash flow business for me, or do I want to sell it and take the profit out of it? I mean, it's similar to real estate.